just gonna tweet out that that is the case. Alrighty. Sorry about that. How is everyone doing this evening? I myself am doing alright. It was, it's been a rainy day, so my knee's been bothering me a little bit, and then, just did some outline work for this next discussion post. We're talking about Rome, so I get to be both knowledgeable and annoyed at the same time. Because that's, that's how that always goes, apparently, for me. Rome is like one of the most frustrating periods in history for me to ever learn or talk about.
This is as far as I can go. Roger that. We'll be able to find our way to the control center from here.
We are back with some more Halo CE this evening. I love how this mission just kind of throws you into it. Like, it's called Assault on the Control Room, and it should appropriately be very oriented. This is where the game really just opens up and lets you totally lose yourself in the environmental,
Interesting.
design of this game.
The weather patterns here seem natural, not artificial. I wonder if the ring's environment systems are malfunctioning, or if the designers wanted the installation to have it.
This is Fire Team 2 requesting immediate assistance from any UNSC forces. Does anyone copy? Over.
I didn't think there were any human forces left on this part of the ring.
Cortana to Fire Team Zulu. I read you.
This level is just very, very
Fire
dense.
Team Zulu, this is Cortana. Hold position. We're on our way.
Roger that. Make it quick.
So the plasma rifle in this game is very interesting compared to the other iterations of it. It is way better against non-shielded enemies in this game than it is anywhere else in the series. And it has a much better rate of fire than in Halo 2. Perhaps the best thing about it is the projectiles track and they slow, making it one of the most useful weapons on Heroic and Legendary. Fortunately, because that thing never really comes back, it kind of loses a lot of its utility later on. I think that's the thing that really draws me in about this game compared to some of the others in the series. Is every weapon has a set role in the overall sandbox. The assault rifle is your main utility weapon. The Magnum, due to a glitch, is like basically just, it can either be for clearing out, you know, difficult encounters, or it can be used for like high burst damage against like hunters and flood. Although once you get the shotgun, then I think that kind of takes precedence over any of the other weapons. Shotgun's probably the best weapon in the game. Appropriately, you get it in the next mission. Now I'm on normal, so I can't remember if I can get the shotgun at the beginning of the mission, or if I have to progress. I know on heroic and legendary at least, you cannot get the shotgun at the very beginning of the mission, which makes sense. It's designed to be a very difficult encounter, and like I'll totally use the shotgun if I can, but it does kind of strip away like the horror elements from that encounter. The shotgun also gets pretty nerfed, like pretty heavily nerfed throughout the series. There's other really good shotguns, like the Halo 4 shotgun, but I think they learned the wrong lessons in regards to some of the weaponry. The shotgun goes from this game being full auto, having ridiculous range, and like almost no fall off within its effective range. Extremely fast reload, 60 rounds in reserve, and a truly ridiculous magazine capacity to like 4 shots in one hit. And on Legendary, it's kind of useless because it can't even strip shields in a single magazine. Now, we get Scorpion.
Enemy forces have armor support! Time to earn our pay, boys.
The Covenant placed their tanks to defend the entrance to the tunnel.
Looks like that armor wasn't so tough after all. Let's mop up the rest of them.
Hey, good one!
What the? Yes.
Hey, mate, that was mine! He stole my kill!
Whoa!
I'm hit!
That'll teach him.
You got that right.
Everybody out!
Lower it!
More Covenant! Firing! Damn right.
Great shot! Hey! See, huh? Best you can do!
Oh,
Like that.
Nice one!
Great. Now
be nice if my shot didn't totally whiff there. Like that.
Right on!
more Covenant!
For me! Whoa! Here comes more!
Roger that.
Ah, the bird!
Get the lead out, Marine.
Speed's up!
Can't run.
Oh yeah! Covering fire! Hey, come on, keep it up!
Covering fire.
I'm hit! Get your own, I saw it first! Let's help you all.
Oh yeah. All right. Took it down, man.
Go, go, go! Let's roll!
guys. Pop up there.
Yeah, we showed them.
You make me proud.
Having Johnson on the sniper really makes this a lot easier. He just kind of domes everything.
Firing! See that? Next time you guys can help. Ha! Whoa! Covering fire! Great shot! Hey!
What the?
Come on! You can't hide from me.
Firing.
Come back to class so I can school
Alright.
you again.
I
I
always
thought the Covenant had eliminated all the Marine forces in this area.
flip this.
Hey mate, that was mine. You stole my kill.
Whoa!
Mira, I'm on fire.
Aha.
Anybody else hear that? Oh man, Covenant dropship inbound. Take cover.
The Covenant are dropping in behind us. We're trapped. Firing. Come get some. Way to go. Ah! Oh! Come on, explore it. What's wrong with you? Everybody out.
Usually able to get behind him and just assassinate him, not waste
Looks
time.
like the Covenant dug in up there in those rocks, Chief. We're totally hemmed in.
We need to get up this ridge.
Marines, hold your positions. We'll handle those guns.
Master Chief, we should scale the ridge and get below those stationary guns.
Affirmative, holding position.
Oh, why that guy was just giving me so much grief right there. Probably because I didn't have the assault rifle. The assault rifle is good on easy and normal, just for its ability to stagger enemies. I think that's the real utility of it. It's also why it is not usable on heroic and legendary, because enemies don't get staggered easily on heroic, and they don't get staggered at all on they don't get stunned at all on legendary. What's up, dude? But yeah, I don't know, I really enjoy the sandbox of this game just because each weapon has a, like, role in the sandbox. Like, Covenant, you know, their shields aren't too bad. You just need to be smart about, like, on higher difficulties you need to have, like, energy weapons or hard ping weapons. So, like, hard headshots and, grenades, like sticking people with grenades, and, what? Sticking enemies with grenades or needle or super combines are all considered hard pings. Well, there goes all that health I just... Oh, that's elites over here, like, all up in me. Just need my shields to recharge. Like, even the plasma pistol is really good in this game. I just keep getting my shield stripped. I would like a plasma rifle game. But I just tanked a rocket launcher head on a normal. Oh yeah, some foreshadowing here. I believe those are shotgun shells. Go back to the old tried and true. Rockets are nice, but the pistol might as well be a rocket launcher. That is probably the least thought out. I mean, I know it's a glitch that makes it super strong, but that's probably
the entrance to the control center is at the top of the pyramid structure. Bring me up there and I should be able to get us inside.
When I was discussing like how well designed the weapon sandbox is in this game. Alright. Cool. The Magnum kind of totally invalidates the role of the rocket launcher in this game.
The entrance to the control center is at the top of that pyramid structure. Bring me up there and I should be able to get us inside.
Thought I was going to be able to get that off in time.
This must be the control room. Subtle. The entrance to the control center is at the top of that pyramid structure. Bring me up there and I should be able to get us inside. to the control center is located at the top of the pyramid. Let's get up there. We should commandeer one of those ghosts. We're going to need the firepower.
Kinda just made a shortcut for myself, didn't I? Ow. I don't even think I was that high up. Oh
The
well.
entrance to
We
the
could
control
just
center
totally
is
skip
located at the top of the
that
pyramid.
thing.
Let's get up there. We should commandeer one of those ghosts.
Great.
We're going to need the firepower. Covenant forces in the vicinity have been eliminated. Let's move on to Halo's control center. This is it, Halo's control center. That terminal, try there.
You all right?
Never been better. You can't imagine the wealth of information. The knowledge, so much, so fast. It's glorious.
So, what sort of weapon is it?
What are you talking about?
Let's stay focused. Halo, how do we use it against the Covenant?
This ring isn't a cudgel, you barbarian. It's something else. Something much more important. The Covenant were right. This ring...
Forgot she just straight up calls you, like, you're stupid.
Yes, the Forerunner built this
I'm gonna
place,
cudgel you,
what they
barbarian.
called a fortress world, in order to... Wait. No, that can't be. Oh, those Covenant fools. They must have known. There must have been signs.
Slow down. You're losing me.
The Covenant found something. Buried in this ring. Something horrible. And now...
Some of, like, the quick camera, like,
The captain. We've got to stop
camera
the
work
captain.
is so funny to me. Like, it's
What
almost
weapons
comical.
cache he's looking for. It's not really... We can't let him get inside.
The exaggerated head and hand
There's
movements,
no
which is
time.
just, like,
Get
super
out
on
of here,
par
find
for,
keys, stop
like,
him.
par for the course
Before it's
for,
too
like,
late.
early 2000s action games. Like, you can't see his face, so in order to convey emotion, we must make him, like, goofy.
The last transmission from the captain's dropship was from this area. That was over 12 hours ago. When you locate Captain Keyes, radio in, and I'll come pick you
Alright,
up.
so this is probably the best example in the entire game of the remastered graphics utterly ruining the tone and, like, atmosphere, because, like, it's absurdly bright. Like, this is so ominous and foreboding, and then bam, it's like, what happened? So yeah, easy, you get the shotgun right here. There's a ton of shotgun shells, so it's actually really good foreshadowing for what's about to come. And you're like, whoa, what's with all the dead bodies of the Covenant around here? Everything about this is built up to perfection. It's just like overcharging their plasma pistol shots at me. And, you know, this is gorgeous looking, but like, oh, what was that? You could barely see that in these graphics, but all you saw was like a shape. You're like, oh, is that an elite? Or, oh, it's short and it's standing upright, so it must be a human. Oh, what just happened? But there's like nothing left to the imagination when it comes to the newer graphics. And I think for, like, they're trying to, you know, do horror, and it comes off, especially comes off later with the infamous blood elevator. Anyone who knows this game knows what I'm referring to, but they really scale back the amount of blood in, like, some of the hallways. That's not to say I don't think the new environments are good. I think the anniversary graphics, in their own right, are really good looking. I just don't think they capture what, you know, makes Halo CE Halo CE. and you're like, oh, what's this? Love how that guy just got hit with a grenade and he was like, I guess I'll just go back into my idle state. Yeah, here it is, blood hallway. It's like, alright. It's almost comical, but it really gets the tone across. You're just like, what is going on? Like, there's a good example of it just not even being there.
Stay back! Stay back! You're not turning me into one of those things! I'll blow your brains out! Get away!
That guy will absolutely shoot himself in Cursed Halo.
Where? Play dead! That's what I did! Play dead! Take the fly ones. Oh god, I can feel it.
It does a very effective job of just unnerving you, unsettling you. Also, the model they used for the Master Chief in the Anniversary is just like super weird looking because his proportions are so, for his limbs are so short. I have long arms, so it just it looks odd to me, I guess. But I've seen other people say it looks like I'm very you know, if it weren't for my build, I'd probably be pretty lanky, like makes long arms.
Why do we always have to listen to this old stuff, Sarge?
Watch your mouth,
Listening to
son.
like ska.
This stuff is your history. It should remind you grunts what we're fighting to protect.
Hey, if the Covenant want to wipe out this
Which I mean,
particular
really,
part
I
of
mean,
my
ska
history,
is
that's fine by me.
like high art.
Yeah,
So.
better it than us.
You ask them real nice next time you see them, Vicente. I'm sure they'll be happy to oblige.
LZ looks clear.
Really,
I'm bringing us down.
I wouldn't listen to ska music, honestly.
Go, go, go! Stay close, Jenkins. Mendoza, move it up! Wait here for the captain and his squad, then get your ass inside.
Sir!
Okay, let's move!
Which is weird, right? I mean, look at it. Something scrambled the insides.
What's that? Plasma scoring?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was an accident, you know, friendly fire or something?
What do we have, Sergeant?
Looks like a Covenant patrol. Badass elite units. All KIA.
Real pretty. Friend of yours?
Nah, we just met.
Right, well, let's get this door open.
I'll try, sir. But it looks like these Covenant worked pretty hard to lock it down.
Just do it, son.
Yes, sir. I got a bad feeling about this.
Boy, you always got a bad feeling about something. What's going on, soldier?
He's got contact. Lots of them. But they're not coming. They're just tearing through us. What the? Oh, no!
Corporal, do you copy? Over. Mendoza, get your ass back up to second squad's position and find out what the hell is going on.
But-
I don't have time for your lip, soldier. I gave you an order.
Sarge! Listen!
What is
Oh,
that?
chat died, so I had to
Where's that
refresh
coming
it.
from, Mendoza?
I don't... There! Mira!
Not that anyone was saying anything.
Hold still! Hold still! Let him have it! Ah! Sergeant, we're surrounded. God damn it, Jenkins! Fire your weapon!
There are too many,
Don't
Sarge!
even think about it, Marine.
Alright, but... So, I had
Get
that
back
I'm
here,
using.
Marine! That's an
No,
order!
I can't make game audio.
Jenkins!
But I know it doesn't, because I've played this game like 90 times. But I just like to imagine that's like Real Big Fish was playing as they were fighting all of them. Alrighty. Getting attacked by popcorn and ramen noodle zombies. So yeah, you kind of just gotta hold out until the combat forms start popping up and wreaking havoc. Should be the next wave. Yep. Now the assault rifle's actually a pretty effective weapon against the Flood. The Magnum, not as much. And it's just because the assault rifle can pump out so much damage. Plasma grenades suck against them. So you gotta kind of watch your back because you can't really destroy the flood corpses until Halo 3. I mean, so in Halo 2 you can, with energy sword or grenades you can. But Halo 3 you could just melee flood corpses and bada bing, you could preemptively prevent them from getting reanimated by the flood spores, which is nice. There's one hallway that has like a flood hiding in it that always scares the crap out of me. It's like coming around the corner. I think this is the fake out elevator. Yep. That's the right way. A lot of effective horror benefits from really being able to wreak havoc with your expectations, and that elevator sequence is a prime example of that. I will say, you know, the flood, kind of annoying, but I do kind of miss what they brought to the series. You know, they were always like this just force of nature, practically, and I don't think they ever really knew how to use them, you know, perfectly, but I do miss the impact they had on this franchise. And they've slowly been trying to reintegrate them back into the games in and expanded universe mostly. Okay. I know I didn't go the wrong way. So oh, I did actually. So, as you can see, I am not getting any points for killing the Flood. That's because they're not actually dying. That's an incredibly cool attention to detail. Reminds me a lot of, obviously this predated them, but the Necromorphs from Dead Space. Oh, you know what I just remembered? What this game has? Rocket launcher flood. Easily one of the worst, That's the rocket launcher's true place in the sandbox in this game. Isn't for you to use, it's for, you to be annoyed by it. Now we get the worst part of the game, starting next mission. And that would be library followed by backtracking.
Sir, thank God you're here. We've been lost out here for hours. After we lost contact with the rest of the mission, we headed to the RV point and these things, they ambushed us. We've got to get out.
Which, and I say that as someone who grew up playing a lot of Resident Evil games, I do not mind backtracking. I think it has its place. I think it can wear out its welcome, if not executed well. You know, you think of, again, talking about Resident Evil, but you think about the first 3 major entries of the series. There's an element of backtracking. It's always backtracking through places that you are, and 1, doing it for the purpose of progression, 2, doing it for the purpose of subverting your expectations, and 3, it's usually to give you some type of closure going through an environment. Again, it's usually like a boss fight, or it's a puzzle. RE4. So, think of RE1, especially RE1 Remake, leaving the mansion, going to the guest house, then returning to the mansion, and then going to the bed. Or RE2, very similarly structured, leaving the RPG, going to the sewers, back to the lab. But every time you return, your expectations change. In RE1 Remake, in my opinion, the definitive game in the entire series, you get the Crim's heads and the hunters. Kind of the hunters were for sake of not neglecting to mention a key facet of that game. But then you look at those and compare it to RE Code Veronica and Code Veronica X, where they just half the game is backtracking.
My function is to prevent it from leaving this installation.
And it's done in like the most tedious way. And the game is so long too. Like, it's the first Resident Evil game where they were just like, we're just gonna pad out the length of the game. Which unfortunately would be a thing going forward for a lot of the series. RE4 doesn't really have this issue, although the last area of the game, which seems to be a recurring thing in Resident Evil games, is not great. And then, so you spend a lot of time on Rockford Island, getting basically to the end, backtracking to the beginning, and then you go to Antarctica, and then you're only like a quarter of the way through the game. Then you get to do all of that again with Chris. Then you're halfway through the game. Then you get to explore Antarctica with Claire. Then you get to do it again with Chris. So not only do you end up backtracking through two entirely separate areas, 3 technically, because you go into you go into a rebuilt version of the mansion from RE1 from Spencer Mansion. So technically you have 3 areas where you end up backtracking through a bunch, only to replay them as another character, and then do the same thing. And I think that's why, more than RE4, I think CVX needs, like, demonstrably needs that, like, remake treatment. It needs to be totally streamlined. If there's any Resident Evil game that can use content cut and be that, all you gotta do is just basically you just make one character the main character for each section, and you could set it up like the zapping system from RE2 and just make it so you could change scenarios for added replayability if you really wanted to, and to gain total insight into the story. RE2, if you play as Claire, focuses on Sherry and Claire, and then if you play as Leon, focuses on Ada and Leon, and you could do it like that. So you play as Claire and it focuses on Alfred and Alexia, and you play as Chris and it focuses on Wesker, which the game already kind of does that, especially CVX with all the added Wesker content added in when that version came out. It's just there's so much padding that you have to sit through, like tons of garbage in order to get to any of the good stuff. Not to mention Steve. Steve is like, I don't know what they were thinking. I know the RE games have always had a habit of like, the reason the dialogue is super weird in Resident Evil games is basically because they just emulate American action movies, and they recut audio and piece together random chunks of that recut audio into like what they think sounds the coolest. At least that's how RE1 and 2 were. And it definitely comes across. Alright. I'm putting off playing the library, but I gotta go run to the restroom real quick. So, give me a second. So feel free to get up, stretch, walk around, grab some water. Just okay. It's good to get up every now and then. We've been streaming for a little over an hour. Usually wait till like the 2-hour mark, but I just figured this would be a good place to take a quick break. All right, be back in a minute. I am back. Oh hey, I didn't know people were talking. Came and right at break. No. Sorry. I just figured I'll get into the monotonous part, like the tedious part of this game, so I'm like, might as well. How you doing this evening? Also, Lupa made you a VIP in my chat. so everyone can know how swell of a person you are.
We must collect the index before we can activate the installation.
And then this level's like, we're just gonna start you out without the shotgun. Go ahead, get killed like 15,000 times if you want one. Although, if you are playing co-op, I think playing co-op, you start with a shotgun and a magnum, I think.
We are near the index chamber. Follow me.
Unlike I switched out the wrong one. Doesn't matter.
We must be. Oh, hello.
Basically, just keep moving.
We are near.
Never stop moving.
Follow me.
Or that'll happen. Yeah. You stop moving for like a split second and your sidewalk meet.
We are near the index chamber. Follow me. The energy field box contains the index. We must get up there.
There's like 10 floors that we have to traverse through. Of course, I went the long way around. Like an utter genius. There's a tank form going towards the entrance. Screw you. Like, I need a shotgun, but I can't. There we go. Leave me alone. Get back, demons. Hate it here. And yeah, I'm literally back at the beginning of the level now. You know what? Since we're keep getting shoved back to the beginning level, we're just gonna cut it down to easy. This mission, yeah. So somehow, I have in the past managed to do all these, except for the last mission on Legendary. But then my game decided to glitch out and wouldn't let me progress. So if I ever do it, I'm just gonna do it on PC and I'm gonna use one of those like mod tools. Because I'm not. Okay. I guess on easy you start with a shotgun. Cool. This is the way to go. Just like playing these games easy on stream, I feel. Unless I'm doing a more specific achievement.
Follow me.
I still almost died immediately.
The energy field of bubbles contains the index. We must
Oh man, I love how he like goes and hides in the corner. And I miss. So, the shotgun, a good way to remember how useful it is it has probably about twice the effective range against Flood as what your reticle will tell you. So even if your reticle's not red, it's still going to be really effective against them. I do need to get an assault
Please
rifle.
follow closely. This portal is the first of 10.
Perfect for clearing out the little infection forms.
Hosling, you brought such ineffective weapons to combat the flood, despite the containment protocols. The flood must not escape the installation. They consume all. You can see how the body's been transformed by the genetic restructuring of the flood infection. The small creatures carry spores that cause a host to spores that can pass the flood to others. It is insidious and deadly. As long as any hosts remain, the flood is virulent.
Would hit you before your iframes go away.
You must continue. This installation's research facilities are most impressive.
I like how he's like, oh, this way, please. And I'm ahead of him. That's my 343 Guilty Spark impression, guys. You really like it. You gonna start me at the... No? I will take that.
This installation's research facilities are most impressive. Perhaps we'll have time to see them later. These sentinels will supplement your combats. With these classical combat skills, your electronic movement scan is a costume, which is ill-suited for this kind of work.
Wait, it gets worse. I do think this is kind of the exception to changing the levels, because changing the environmental design of levels, because I definitely think it's way more visually compelling on the anniversary graphics than it is in the original.
Flood activity has caused a failure in a drone control subsystem. I must reset the backup unit. Please continue on. I will rejoin you when I've completed my task.
The good thing about lowering the difficulty is maybe the sentinels will actually be useful this time. Oh boy. Oh man, speaking of my tendency to say oh boy over and over again, I watched Clive Barker's The Lord of Illusions last night. Or the one and only Scott Bakula, who's like an actor I really like. Movie's so weird. I think that was like his movie he did after Hellraiser, which I love the first two and even the third Hellraiser a lot. But yeah, Scott Bakula's always a good time. He just seems like a super nice guy. I am kind of thinking of rewatching Star Trek Enterprise.
The Sentinels can use their weapons to manage the flood.
I've been rewatching.
Speed is of
We have
the essence.
if you have like a Spectrum, yeah, there's a network on there that's like, it's not public access, but it's like basic cable called Comet, and they play a lot of older science fiction, like up through the late 90s. So every morning I usually wake up and I catch an episode or two of The Twilight Zone, and then I usually just binge watch, like if I've got nothing else to do, if I'm like working on homework, then I usually just have like Star Trek or Quantum Leap or Sliders on in the background. They have Stargate. They're all syndicated. And just watch that while I am busy on homework or whatever. Right now it's like the only time that I actually ever watch television, like on cable or whatever. That blood just toss a grenade down here? What? I think it was the shotgun that all I saw was the smoke trail behind it.
Your environment should serve you well when the flood begins to alter the atmosphere. You are a good planner.
There's the rocket. Luckily, the tank forms were like so crowded around him, he blew up half of them himself.
The installation was well conceived. It is surely the only way to end the flood threat.
I'm just thinking back to Cursed Halo, which I've been referencing a lot. The rocket launcher shoots backwards in that, so because they're so close to the wall, they would just like blow themselves and everything up around them. It's always a good time. want to ride the elevator. I love the little flavor text on the on each of the individual like the chapters of missions in this game. Because later in the series they get so self-serious, like in Halo 4 and 5. They'll be like, the fourth horseman of the apocalypse. And these are just like jokes.
I would conjecture that the other species currently on the installation is responsible for
And I-
releasing the flood.
You know, I don't hate
Most persistent
the later
origins
parts of the
access
game,
restricted
but
areas.
I think they suffer from kind of losing that like tongue-in-cheeky, like that tongue-in-cheek humor that has always kind of been just under the surface of Halo games. Like, this is a series that has always worn its inspirations on its sleeves. It's like a celebration of, like, sci-fi horror. Like, the elites are based on the xenomorphs and the predators from respective Alien and Predator franchises. Or not, maybe not based on, but they're definitely inspired by. I've seen interviews that discuss that. I think it adds. I mean, it's tricky because you want to be wholly original, but especially with sci-fi or horror, that's just not going to happen. But when you do homage something or you do reference something, you need to do it in a way that's kind of subtle, but respectful. You know, a lot of low-budget horror movies love to do like I always think of is it Haunted Ween is the one where it's like, oh, the old Romero house, and it's like, you know, the one thing you don't want to do as a low-budget filmmaker is that. So it kind of robs you of, like, reminds you that this is a movie. What the heck just took off on my...
We must keep moving.
Oh boy. Oh, it was probably a rocket launcher now that I'm thinking of it.
Simply too dangerous to release, and mass sterilization protocols may
Yep.
not be. Of course, the samples were kept here after the last catastrophic outbreak. For study, it seems that decision made in Europe.
I don't know why I threw a grenade instead of shooting. Because I'm a dummy. There's a health pack, thank God.
Specifically built to study and contain the flood. Their survival as a race was dependent upon it. I am grateful to see that some of them survived to reproduce. I will deactivate the security lock. Wait here. Please stay close. Time is short.
Nope. I've never seen that happen before.
I am a genius.
I know it's a testament to this game is like after like most of my life being you know, like being aware and like holding a great deal of love and knowing the ins and outs of this game, you can still make me laugh like that. Oh boy. That actually worked out. I can do it. I can do it.
The energy barrier surrounding the index will deactivate when we reach the ground floor.
It always seems to almost fall apart at that section. And the
You
checkpoints
may now retrieve the
in
index.
this mission suck. So.
Protocol requires that I take possession of the index for transport. Your organic form renders you vulnerable to infection. The index must not fall into the hands of the Flood before we reach the control room and activate the installation. The Flood is spreading. We must hurry.
Alright.
Which means that any organism with sufficient mass and cognitive capability is a potential vector. Is something wrong?
No, nothing.
Splendid, shall we? Ah. Unfortunately, my usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow units with my classification to perform a task as important as the reunification of the index with the core. That final step is reserved for you, Reclaimer. Odd. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, really?
Cortana,
I've spent the last 12 hours cooped up in here watching you toady about, helping that thing get set to slit our throats.
hold on now. He's a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the Flood, which is why we brought the index to the control center.
You mean this?
A construct in the core? That is absolutely
I think my favorite thing about the
unacceptable.
novelization,
Sod
like
off.
Halo the Flood,
Repugnance. I shall purge you
is
at once.
You sure that's a good idea?
talks about how Chief hasn't slept in like
How dare you?
for like the
Do
entire
what?
period of
I
time
have
that
the
he's on the
index.
ring, which
You
is like
can
3
just
days.
Float and
Just like
sputter.
Enough!
that's a mood.
The Flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood. It kills their food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. We're all equally edible. The only way to stop the
I think
Flood
First Strike
to
is definitely
starve
my
them to
favorite
death. And that's
of the,
exactly what Halo is designed to do. Wipe the galaxy
the
clean of all
books that
sentient
came out
life.
that accompanied
believe me?
the story of this game,
Ask him.
because this game doesn't really have a lot of
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective
It's not as
radius of
fleshed out.
25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the Flood.
which is fine. I don't think a game needs
Sure,
to
that-
have that to be
I
fun
mean, how couldn't you?
Left out that little
or even
detail, did
to
he?
be like
We
really
have followed
good.
outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis.
Chief, I'm picking up movement.
Why would you hesitate to do what you've already done?
Especially
We
when
need to
this game
go
came out, it was
right
very
now.
Last
rare
time you
for
asked
games
me
to have like
if it were my choice, would I do
the
it?
emphasis on
Having had considerable
story
time
that
to
this
ponder
game
your
had.
query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here.
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply
Shooters.
find another. Still, I must have the index. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
Look Look out!
Oh yeah, so these guys, you want to use plasma weapons. So, plasma pistol, plasma rifle. Which is fine, it just means changing up. Well, actually, assuming you're playing on Heroic or Legendary, which I'm not, it means change. It doesn't.
We can't let the
actually
monitor
change
activate
strategy all
Halo.
that much.
We have to stop
It just
him. We
means
have to
carrying a shotgun
destroy
around
Halo.
instead of a pistol.
According to my analysis of the available data, I believe the best course of action is somewhat risky. An explosion of sufficient size will help destabilize the ring, and will cut through a number of primary systems. We need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. A starship's fusion reactors going critical would do the job. I'm going to search what's left of the Covenant battlement and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's crash site. If the ship's fusion reactors are still relatively
those are the weak,
intact,
so-
we can use them to destroy Halo.
Yeah. From this point on, this is gonna be like the primary loadout.
I haven't located the crash site yet.
There's a
but we
sniper
need to buy
rifle up
some
there,
time,
but sniper
in case
rifle's
the
pretty
monitor
not
or
good
his
against the
sentinels
flood.
find a way to activate Halo's final weapon without the index.
Like for some reason, despite the fact that it's able to
They consist of 3 phase
kill
pulse
a
generators
elite
that amplify
one shot
Halo's
anywhere in the
systems
body
and allow it to fire deep into
above like
space.
the
The power
midsection.
levels are enormous. I can't even
It takes
begin
like
to
2 whole
calculate the
magazines
pulse's
to kill a
range.
single flood combat form.
So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time.
So there's a
By
reason
marking
in
the
later
location
Halo
of the
games
nearest
why
pulse
sniper
generator
rifles
with a
aren't
nav
even in the
point, we need
missions
to move in and
that,
neutralize the device.
feature flood. I think Halo 2 might have some. Like 1 or 2. Might be a beam rifle. I think also the switch between using your UNSC armaments to like a combo is thematically very good from this point forward for the game. It's like about at this point it's no longer a military operation. You're just trying
We should
to
commandeer one of those banshees. We'll need it
destroy the
to reach
ring
full
and get off
in
of it.
time. Good. Let's get moving. The nav point marks our target.
And you do kind of get that in Halo 2 especially in the Chief's missions towards the end of the game. Have you using carbine or most of the Covenant weapons.
That's the pulse generator. Objective accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded.
And this game tries to like utterly bamboozle you right there.
The second pulse generator is located in the adjacent canyon. Move out, and I'll mark the target with a nav point when we get closer.
Got fuel rod guns now. So you need to be careful if you get into melee range because they
Get through that
detonate
door.
after death.
That's the way to the next canyon.
Another especially since we're about to get more blood. Problem with the plasma rifle, unfortunately, is it has a very slow melee, but when you're fighting the Flood, not really a problem because until Halo 3, melee, unless you have an energy sword, Halo 2 or a brute shot, is pretty useless. Alright, should get Flood here. Yep. That health pack. I saw the golden armor. I don't remember if he had an energy sword or not. One of these days, I'd like to learn how to speedrun this, like I did with the classic RE games. Not that I'm ever going to, like, actually speedrun them, just, like, personally being able to learn the ins and outs and the best tricks of those games. Because I can get RE2 done in like almost under an hour. And RE3 Remake, I can do in like no time flat. I can't remember what my fastest time was, but I beat Inferno in like less than 2 hours. So. Which is saying something, because Inferno is like garbage on RE3 Remake because it's buggy. Rocket launcher Flood. I knew it. Kind of basically where the game just turns into Doom. Okay, there's so many Flood infection forms. how my shield was able to recharge. I have no idea. How did that miss? If I can get a checkpoint, that'd be really cool. And a health pack.
Okay, let's take care of the next pulse generator. This is gonna be bad. I have like 0 health. And you always gotta be kind of careful about speedrunning this level because if you're going too quickly through the level, it can actually break the level. I said level for me, but you know what I mean. I think the last door to it.
you know, finish
Pulse
out the
generator
mission,
overloaded. One
will
more to go.
actually.
That did it. The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
Found you.
I located the Pillar of Autumn. She put down 1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up. The systems on the Pillar of Autumn have fail-safes even I can't override without authorization from the captain.
Alive, of
We'll
course.
need to find him, or his neural implants, to start the fusion core detonation. That tunnel leads to the next section of canyon. The final pulse generator we need to destroy is through there.
Good. That bridge is blown out, so you gotta go the right way. You game. Alright. Shut my mouth. Starting to run low on shotgun ammo though. Everyone knows shotguns are effective against aircraft. Twitch seems to be running a lot better today. A really good shot. Or maybe it's just my internet. I can never tell. Right. Cool. Dummy. Where the heck am I? Oh, come on. This game loves just like sending me to the Shadow Realm every time I like get killed by one of these stupid rocket flood. Thank you for checkpointing me, game. I swear there are parts of this game where Bungie just decided they would troll people. There's invisible flood in the last level in the armory when you go to get rocket launchers. How? Wow. Oh boy. Grab some ammo.
Final target neutralized. Let's get out of here.
Let's find a ride and get to the captain.
No, that'll take too long.
You have a better idea?
There's a teleportation grid that runs throughout Halo. That's how the monitor moves about so quickly. I learned how to tap into the grid when I was in the control center. Unfortunately, each jump requires a rather consequential expenditure of energy.
Something tells me I'm not gonna like this.
But I'm pretty sure I can pull it from your suit without permanently damaging your shields. Needless to say, I think we should only try this once.
Do it.
Stage a 1 cyborg assault on a Covenant ship.
The Covenant network is absolute chaos. From what I've been able to piece together, their leadership ordered all ships to abandon Halo when they found the Flood, but they were too late. The Flood overwhelmed this cruiser and disabled it.
Alright.
The Covenant are terrified the Flood will repair the ship and use it to escape from Halo. They've sent in a strike team to neutralize the Flood and repair the ship for immediate departure. I've got a good lock on Captain Key's CNI transponder signal. He's alive, and the implants are intact. There's some interference from the cruiser's damaged reactor. I'll bring us in as close as I can. Oh, I see. The coordinate data needs to be... Right. Sorry.
Don't be a fool. Leave me.
Captain? Captain? I've lost him.
Alright. There's no sentinels in this level.
Analyzing damage. Let's get out of here and find another way back aboard the ship.
You. goo. So gooey. Is motion blur on? Also, hey, you can turn up the field of view on the console now. Did not know that.
We should head this way, towards the ship's gravity lift. The crash did more damage than I suspected. Analyzing. Coolant leakage rate is significant. The ship's reactor should already have gone critical.
Get off me, noodle boy. Just chewing through all my health.
Power source detected. There's the gravity lift. It's still operational. That's our way back in. Should be able to get into the ship's control room from here. The Covenant BattleNet is a mess. I can't access the ship's schematics. My records indicate that a shuttle bay should be here. Look, in the corners. The Flood are gathering bodies here.
Oh boy. There was a lot of enemies in there.
Look, in the corners. The Flood are gathering bodies here. Looks like another shuttle bay. We should be able to reach the control room from the 3rd level. He's delirious. In pain. We have to find him.
I don't remember you in this level. I think I went the wrong way. Maybe not. Okay, I definitely went the wrong way. Cool. Yeah, that was worth it for the shotgun ammo. We both did the same thing.
Control room should be this way. The captain! His vitals are fading. Please, Chief, hurry! No human life signs detected. The captain, he's one of them. We can't let the flood get off this ring. You know what he'd expect,
Do the Ahigao face.
what he'd want us to do.
All about it.
It's done. I have the code. We should go. We need to get back to the Pillar of Autumn. Let's go back to the shuttle bay and find a ride.
It's so weird how, like, the tone of Cortana's voice is, like, trying to rationalize that. Like, yeah, you guys did him a favor.
We need to get back to the Pillar of Autumn. Let's go back to the shuttle bay and find a ride. Perfect. Grab one of the escort banshees and we'll use it to return to the Pillar of Autumn.
It'll hold.
We're not gonna make it!
We'll make it.
Pull up! Pull up! You did that on purpose, didn't you?
One second.
We need to get to the bridge. From there, we can use the captain's neural implants to initiate an overload of the ship's fusion engines. The explosion should damage enough systems below it to destroy the ring.
Let's stick a rocket launcher flood in the tiny hallway.
The bridge. We made it. Let's get to work. I need you to upload me into the control systems. The terminal is located
So
next to the main
interestingly
view
enough,
screen.
If you skip this cutscene,
I leave home for a few days and look what happens. This won't take long. There. That should give us enough time to make it to a lifeboat and put some distance between ourselves and Halo before the detonation.
I'm afraid that's out of the question, really.
Oh, hell.
Ridiculous! That you would imbue a warship's AI with such a wealth of knowledge? Weren't you worried it might be captured? Or destroyed?
He's in my data arrays, a local tab.
You can't imagine how exciting this is! To have a record of all of our lost time! Human history, isn't it? Fascinating. Oh, how I will enjoy every moment of its categorization! To think that you would destroy this installation as well as this record! I am shocked. Almost too shocked for words.
He stopped the self-destruct sequence.
Why do you continue to fight us, Reclaimer? You cannot win! Give us the construct, and I will endeavor to make your death relatively painless and...
At least I still have control over the comm channels.
Where is he?
I'm detecting taps throughout the ship. Sentinels, most likely. As for the monitor, he's in engineering. He must be trying to take the core offline. Even if I could get the countdown restarted, I don't know what to do.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine's shields?
Not much. A well-placed grenade, perhaps, but why... Okay, I'm coming with you. Chief, sentinels!
Yeah, put that machine in that fast area. It'll shield you from supports. Allows you to get their attack.
The ship was heavily damaged when it crashed. Head to the cryo chamber. We should be able to get to the engine room through there.
Alright, armory's this way.
room located. We're here. Alert! The monitor has disabled all command access. We can't restart the countdown. The only remaining option is to detonate the ship's fusion reactors. That should do enough damage to destroy Halo. Don't worry, I have access to all of the reactor schematics and procedures. I'll walk you through it. First, we need to pull back the exhaust couplings. That will expose a shaft that leads to the primary fusion drive core. Good! Step 1 complete. We have a straight shot into the fusion reactor. We need a catalyst explosion to destabilize the magnetic containment field surrounding the fusion cells. Use an explosive. I recommend a grenade or rocket. If you run out of explosives, there is an armory station located near the engine room's entrance. Analyzing. Fusion reactor number 1 destabilizing. Use explosives on the other 3 reactors. That should be enough to trigger a wildcat explosion of the engines.
The cloud continues to multiply, Reclaimer. Why do you continue to resist us, Reclaimer?
Keep it up. Only one more fusion reactor to go.
Surrender the construct to me, or I will be forced to take you offline permanently. Acceptable, Reclaimer. But surrender the construct.
Engine agreed. Alternative.
Cortana seems to like need to rationalize. Background, he hates being on ships. And are the Halo Combat Evolved. I played the end of the classes, like I said many times. The look. But yeah, when we do Halo 2, we're just gonna probably play on the newer stuff. I think it's way better than anniversary treatment that E got. 2 anniversary soundtrack is like harder to redid on there and stuff. Halo 2 Breaking Benjamin, Hoobastank, Incubus, like all on there. I was saying before the Xbox Live Party chat decided to kick me out that I'm surprised Smash Mouth isn't on there. Like, imagine Halo 2 just Master Sir Buddy. That's Halo CE. Tomorrow, probably